Star Wars Episode VII The Force Awakens has many awesome facts associated with it, most of which you'll probably already know due to the amount of fact videos out there. Cough cough. However, I have tasked myself with finding facts you may not already know about the most recent Star Wars film. So here is the top 10 Star Wars The Force Awakens facts you may not know. Also, there will be some spoilers ahead, meaning if you've not watched The Force Awakens, somehow buy it early on Blu-ray and immediately watch it. Without any further ado, number 10, the biggest budget. The movie had the biggest budget out of all the Star Wars movies, coming in at $200 million. The figure shouldn't be much of a surprise when you consider the fact Disney and Lucasfilm had to get Episode 7 just right, going all out in an effort to make it one of the best movies in the franchise. In case you're wondering, Attack of the Clones comes in at second place, having a budget of $120 million. Number 9, It's Too Late, Old Man. Legendary actor Gary Oldman turned down the opportunity to voice General Grievous in Revenge of the Sith. However, he auditioned for the role of Lor San Tekka. Of course, he ultimately wasn't chosen, with Max von Sydow pinching the role. With that being said, you can probably now see the clever play on words in the title for this part of the countdown. Yeah, I agree, it's pretty lame. Time to move on. Number 8, the KELVIN cameo. J.J. Abrams has an Easter egg which he includes in many of his projects. It's a personal reference to his grandfather, Harry Kelvin. Star Trek Into Darkness, for example, had George Kirk serving as the first officer of the USS Kelvin. And The Force Awakens also has this Easter egg, with Rey telling BB-8 to stay off Kelvin Ridge. Abrams' grandfather gave him his first film camera ever, really kicking off his successful career, which is why JJ likes to pay homage to him. Number 7. You've got to crack a few eggs to make an omelette. Speaking of Abrams, it appears he was injured during the filming of Episode 7. You'll remember that Harrison Ford broke his ankle on the door of the Millennium Falcon. However, he wasn't the only casualty. Around a year after the incident occurred, the director revealed he broke his back while helping Ford from under the door. Number 6. Green screens for the win. The Resistance used both red and blue X-Wing squadrons to combat First Order TIE fighters, with the former making a return from the original trilogy. However, Luke Skywalker was originally going to lead Blue Squadron in A New Hope until the filmmakers realised the blue markings clashed with the blue screens. To fix the problem, they simply had the X-Wings marked with red. Number 5. Alternate ending. This fact is why there was a spoiler alert at the beginning of the video. Han Solo was not always going to die in The Force Awakens. Instead of having the legendary hero help his son, Solo would survive and make amends with Leia. One of the movie's screenwriters, Michael Art, explained why the ending was changed. I had thought Han's story and Leia's story was just about them coming back together. At the end of the movie they would have reconciled and gotten over their differences. And you would have said, okay, bad stuff happened, but at least they're back together again. JJ rightly asked, what is Han doing in this movie? If we're not going to have something important and irreversible happen to him, then he kind of feels like luggage. He feels like this great, sexy piece of luggage you have in your movie. But he's not really evolving, he's not really pushing the story forward. Number 4. Influential Isaac. Poe Dameron's homeworld is Yavin 4. Number 3. I'm only joking. Poe's homeworld may have been influenced by Oscar Isaac, who said this about the planet. That last scene in A New Hope was shot in Guatemala, and I think that Poe Dameron is from that planet. Isaac is actually from Guatemala, so that's why he probably wanted his character to be from Yavin 4. The planet became Dameron's canonical homeworld in the Shattered Empire comic series when his parents settled down on it. Number 3. The creation of character names. Speaking of Poe Dameron, his first name came from a beloved stuffed polar bear Abrams' daughter had, who she called Poe for short, and his second name came from Abrams' assistant Morgan Dameron. Bonus fact, Morgan actually plays a part in Episode 7 as the character Commodore Meta, who you can see looking horrified in the Resistance base as Starkiller Base destroys the Hosnian system. Captain Phasma's name came from Don Coscarelli's horror cult classic film, Phantasm. JJ loved the movie and thought he'd pay tribute to it by rearranging the letters to name Gwendolyn Christie's character, whose armour reminded Abrams of the movie's iconic orb. Bonus fact time once again. Abrams' love for the 1979 movie does not stop there. His Bad Robot production company has overseen a 4K restoration of Phantasm from the original camera negative. The re-release is set for this year. Finally, General Hux's name was created after Abrams noticed an old, abandoned gravesite where one of the tombstones had Hux engraved on it. Now time for another bonus fact. General Hux's uniform was modelled after uniforms worn by Nazis, so for everyone saying he was a space Nazi, I guess you are right. Number 2. Abrams the singer. Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote and composed 2 pieces of music for the chilled out, drinking environment of Maz Kanata's castle. The songs are called Jabba Flow and Dopra Doompa, both of which are written in Huttese. Miranda actually sang the songs alongside Abrams. Not only can JJ direct movies, he can also sing songs in a made up alien language. Number 1. The 2 Kenobis. In Rey's Force Vision, not only can you hear Yoda, whose line from The Empire Strikes Back was re-recorded by Frank Oz, but you can also hear Obi-Wan Kenobi. The filmmakers wanted both Kenobi actors to say the line, "Rey, these are your first steps." However, Alec Guinness, who played the Jedi in the original trilogy, sadly passed away in 2000, meaning he couldn't record the line. But the filmmakers came up with a clever workaround, taking a clip of Guinness from the original trilogy saying "afraid" and cutting it down to "Rey." The rest of the line was recorded by Ewan McGregor, who played Obi-Wan in the prequels. So there you go, 10 Star Wars The Force Awakens facts you may not have known. Hopefully you have learned at least one new thing today, or I will look like a complete idiot. Let me know what your favourite fact of the video was, and if you want more facts you might not know about The Force Awakens, I will happily make another top 10, because I've got quite a few in my catalogue for some strange reason, so do let me know and I'll fire that video out as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and for more Star Wars top 10s, keep it locked here to the Kings. Stormtroopers appear to have pretty bad aim. Though they never really run out of ammo, they all have a very low shots fired to targets hit ratio. We can attribute this to, well, they're the bad guys, they suck, yeah!